Good morning, YouTube, and welcome back to the channel. This is IMAX Sports with another football video, and today I am going over my auction draft from yesterday. Yeah, so a long time ago, a couple of weeks ago by now, I did an auction draft video where I did a mock auction draft on the channel, and I said that if that video got 5 likes, then I would do an auction draft for an actual league of mine. And so in this video, I'm going to be going over how that draft went. Auction drafts are pretty boring to watch and they take a very long time, and I didn't think I'd be able to find a way to make that entertaining, so I'm going to try to go over it in a brief video today because yesterday's video, when I explained where I've been for the past week, so yeah, sorry I haven't uploaded in 8 days, I made a shorter video than my normal, and it actually did very well for percentage of watch time and actual amount of watch time, so I'm going to try to keep this video a little bit quicker today. But I'm still going to go over everything that I want to go over. So basically how an auction draft works is you get 200 points, and you have to spend those 200 points as best you can on your 15 players. So my suggestion is always to get one first round pick and then a bunch of 4th round picks. Because you can get a bunch of 4th round picks for cheap, because every league is going to have a bunch of auto drafts, and those auto drafted teams are going to get all of the top, they're going to bid on all the top players. So what I suggest you do is get one top player and then get a bunch of middle round picks, so your bench is very strong and you have more fluidity within your team, and it especially helps if someone gets injured. So my person that I decided I'm getting is Derrick Henry. So everyone nominates a player. One team nominates a player per round that players bid on. And so the first pick, someone nominated Miles Sanders, and Christian McCaffrey, Saquon Barkley, Dalvin Cook, Odell, Alvin Kamara, Ezekiel Elliott, Michael Thomas, Devontae Adams, and then I got Derrick Henry with the 10th pick of the draft. So basically, how the auto drafts do it is they basically bid on every player and they super overbid on them and they ring up the price. So what you want to do is you want to waste all of their money by picking up players that are going to do well, but you personally don't want on your team. So the auto drafts waste their picks. Oops. What happened? Okay. So I'm not going to go over every pick, but I'll scroll through them, and I'll basically show you how my team ended up. So basically, for me, my team looks a little like this. So in the first round, I got Derrick Henry. I spent $52. That was my one splurge player. In the third round, I got Russell Wilson for $22. And I figured that's a pretty good price for a quarterback. And my mock draft, I got Lamar Jackson for $17, but that wasn't realistic. He ended up going for, I think, $35. So I got Russell Wilson for $22. I thought that was pretty good. I got James Conner for $21 in the 4th round, and I got Justin Tucker for $5 in the 4th round. Then I got Tyler Lockett and Amari Cooper in the 5th and 6th rounds. Amari Cooper, I spent a little too much money on. I'm afraid that he might not be playing week 1 because he's injured, but we'll see how that goes. Tyler Lockett I got for $11 in the 6th round, and I also got Deshaun Watson in the 6th round and David Johnson. Deshaun Watson is my backup quarterback. I got him for $10. So I have two of the top 4 quarterbacks from last year and 2 projected of the top 4 for this year for $32, and I think that that's pretty solid. Deshaun Watson and Russell Wilson, I'll probably switch them off. Depending on what week it is and what team they're against. It probably won't be that I play Russell every week and Deshaun is my backup. They'll probably split the roles, but I'm pretty happy with my quarterback position. And then I got David Johnson for $10, Stephon Diggs for $8, Mark Ingram for $7, Tyler Higbee for $6, Pittsburgh Steelers defense for $3, Julian Edelman for $3, Devontae Parker for $2 in the 10th round, and the last pick of the 10th round, I used all the rest of my money to get Rob Gronkowski for $9. I think that my team is pretty deep, and I think that my starters are pretty solid as well. If you go to the league, and you go to Game Center. I'm projected to win my first game. Actually went through every single week and adjusted to, I know this is the beginning of the season, but adjusted to bye weeks. I'm projected to win, of the 14 regular season games, I'm projected to win 13 of them. And that's because week 8, my entire team is on a bye week. I didn't realize that. I have 6 players on a bye week that week, so that's fun. But that will be, I'm actually, I might not even lose that week because DeAndre Hopkins and Mark Andrews are both out that week. So that could even be a close game because I think that this is the worst team in the league missing their best player. So it'll be an interesting week. I might even be able to win that week, but we will see. But for this first week, I'm currently projected to have the most points. And so the other 2 teams that were in the room drafting with me were Brett on the Rams and the Badgers. Matt. So they were the other 2 teams that were drafting with me. I think Matt's team is better than Brett's team. And what Brett did, what the Rams did wrong was they took too few players early in the draft. So they got Austin Eckler, and this is the Badgers. So the Rams, they didn't get enough players early on. They got Patrick Mahomes, but they spent $31 on him. I would not have spent $31 on a quarterback. I spent $22, but $31 I think is a little excessive for a quarterback. Aaron Jones is another good pickup, but then you have Devin Singletary, who's mediocre, Keenan Allen, who's mediocre, Calvin Ridley, who's mediocre, Hunter Henry, who's mediocre, Marquise Brown, who's mediocre, Drew Brees, who's good, close to mediocre, Melvin Gordon, who's a little below mediocre. So what he did was he got a strong bench like me and the Badgers, but his main starters aren't as strong. If you look at the bench points, some of the non-auto draft teams did well, but all of the bench points are below 60 points, and that's because after round 7 or 8, you're not going to get really good bench players. And so some of these teams have Sterling Shepard, a backup tight end, Darius Slayton. They have Sterling Shepard and Darius Slayton on the same team. And a Washington running back, I don't know who this guy even is, A. Gibson. But he's projected to do well. He might be their new rookie. So he might actually do well. But there are a few different teams where their benches are not very strong. My bench is I have the strongest bench in the league, and part of that's because of Deshaun Watson, but also because Devontae. So I have, in my opinion, 3 amazing wide receivers. I have Tyler Lockett, Amari Cooper, and Devontae Parker. And I think Julian Edelman is pretty good. He's usually averaging in the top 10 for starting wide receivers for fantasy points per game. So I think that my wide receiving core is probably the best in the league because I have 4 players in the top 25 in a 10-person league. 3 of them are in the top 15. So if you have an auction draft and you're drafting in an auction league, then I suggest that you make sure to get one star player. You get a star quarterback that is not Lamar or Patrick Mahomes because they will go for too much. And you want to get solid 3rd round, 4th round talents and any sleepers that you think people will sleep on, such as Devontae Parker, Julian Edelman, or Mark Ingram. Mark Ingram had an amazing season last year, and I don't think that he's going to slow down a whole lot, even though Baltimore got a new rookie running back this season. So I'm excited for this draft. I'm excited, and I hope you guys are too. I'm going to be doing 3 leagues this year for this channel. I'm going to be doing this league, a 10-person league with my sister with a standard draft. That draft I'm doing today. The video will come out tomorrow. And the 3rd league I'm doing will be with my friends. It's going to be an 8-person standard league. And I might put out a video with that draft. I might not. but I will be going over all my teams and any transactions that I'm making every week, every single Tuesday. So Tuesdays is going to be my draft days. I went over this in my video yesterday where I explained where I've been for the past 8 days, so if you want to check that out, go and do that. And that's all for today. If you're wondering why I don't have a face cam, it's because I'm still getting back into sitting up normally because I have been dealing with vertigo. I've not been doing well, and I'm just starting to get back into it, so I hope that you guys understand. And I'll probably get the face cam back pretty soon, but we'll see. So thank you guys again for watching the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you think of my team, and if I went through every single other team, I glanced through them. If there's any teams that you think the auto draft drafted better than me, let me know. I think that there are some strong teams in here, especially the team that I'm against week 1, Kitty's Boys. They don't have the strongest backups, but they do have Christian McCaffrey, Tyreek Hill, Michael Thomas, and Dak Prescott. So those core 4 guarantee you to do well almost every week. Even if your backups are subpar, you're still going to do well. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys all tomorrow in my next video. And as always,